Good Friday morning, everyone. I'm meteorologist Nathan Kitchens here with your Indiana forecast. We've had a cold front move through the state last night. They bring some areas of locally heavy rain and some isolated storms as well. The showers have now moved just south of the Ohio River this morning. We're seeing drier air starting to push into the state. Temperature-wise, turning a little bit cooler, but it's still very mild for this time of the year. Temperatures ranging from the middle 40s in northern parts of the state to lower 60s in southern parts of the area. And we will be enjoying a dry day today, but no risk of rain going through the evening hours. We'll take a look at temperatures. We're not going to see any big jump in temperatures today, as we do have cooler air filtering into the state throughout the day. Overall, it's a fairly seasonal day for this time of year. Take a look at temperatures through today. Mostly temperatures warming, ranging from near 50 in northern parts of the state to the low to mid 60s in southern parts of the area. And going through tonight, it's overall going to stay fairly mild for this time of the year with increasing cloud cover throughout the nighttime hours. We actually have a warm front that's going to start moving northward into the area going through the nighttime hours and throughout the day Saturday. Temperature-wise, 5 o'clock tomorrow morning, 40s across central Indiana, 44 in Indy. Further to the north, you may drop into the upper 30s there in northern parts of the area. Southern Indiana will be a little bit warmer in the 50s as you wake up Saturday morning. And we'll see temperatures continuing to rise through the weekend. We have a warm front that's going to be lifting throughout the day Saturday. Warmer air will start to move in from south to north. Temperature-wise, by 2 o'clock Saturday, lower to mid-50s in central parts of the area. 61 in Bloomington, 64 in Vincennes, near 70 in Evansville, 2 o'clock tomorrow. Notice to the north, though, it's much cooler, where you have temperatures near 50 in Kokomo, only in the lower 40s, though, way up there in the Goshen and Fort Wayne. So a decent spread in temperatures tomorrow because of this warm front lifting through, but the warmer air eventually wins out. You will see temperatures actually continuing to warm late afternoon, and through the nighttime hours, we're going to continue to have warm air flowing into the state, warm and moist air. Temperature-wise, most areas in the 60s Saturday night, 50s further to the north and to the west, so very mild air, that is for sure. And then Sunday is going to be a very warm day. We check out temperatures here, warming to near 70 in central Indiana, low to possibly mid-70s in southern parts of the state. And then further off to the north there, we'll see a decent gradient where that warm front sets up from the lower 70s to temperatures only in the mid to upper 50s there along the Indiana-Michigan border Sunday afternoon. And that will certainly lead to the chance for some severe weather in the forecast. Let's take a look at the forecast radar. With that warm front lifting through tomorrow, we're going to have the risk for some scattered showers, mainly some scattered light showers in the forecast. Saturday is not a washout of a day, but there will definitely be a lot of cloud cover around tomorrow with some of those showers, maybe even some areas of drizzle as this warmer air mass starts to lift into the state. Forecast radar at 2 o'clock does show a few scattered showers. Now, really, it's the same story throughout today with just a few hit and miss scattered showers. I think perhaps areas further north will have a little bit of a better chance tomorrow. And going through tomorrow night, warm and more moist air continues to filter into the state. We'll have additional scattered showers working through. Same goes into Sunday morning. And let's time things out here going into Sunday afternoon real shortly, but we do need to discuss the severe weather potential. We have an enhanced risk for severe storms across all of central and northern parts of the state from Indy, Bloomington, Vincennes, and then off to the north there on Terre Haute, Lafayette, Muncie, Fort Wayne, South Bend. Again, there will be the risk for damaging winds, large hail, and a few tornadoes will be possible as well. Further to the south and east and southeast Indiana, because of the timing of the front will be later in the night, Sunday night, your severe weather risk will not be as great once you get down towards Seymour, and especially further to the south there towards the Ohio River. Your severe risk will not be as high. We'll be especially watching parts of central and northern parts of the state for the heightened severe weather potential on Sunday. We take a look at some of the ingredients for severe weather, and one thing I want you to note, we're kind of aiming towards kind of the north central part of the state having the greatest severe weather potential. We see the significant tornado parameter. See how these values are really enhanced here around the Lafayette, Crawfordsville area over towards Kokomo. That is certainly an area we're watching for some of the greater severe weather potential. We have a lot of wind shear moving into the state on Sunday, very cold air moving in aloft, so we're very warm here at the surface, but then you go several feet up in the atmosphere, it is quite cold, so you've got a very large spread of temperatures. That's an unstable air mass, so it's going to lead to a lot of instability here. And we look at the forecast radar, a snapshot there for Sunday evening. We have some very heavy storms moving across the state. So let's kind of time things out in more detail now for you. Going through today's Sunday, we're going to look at the European model. I think it's overall got a decent handle on how things will be setting up here. So Sunday morning, we wake up 6 a.m. We're going to have a few scattered showers, a few rumbles of thunder lifting through the state with this warmer air mass filtering into the area. And going into midday, we'll see additional scattered showers, isolated storms, especially the northern and kind of western sections of the area. I think we'll see overall drier conditions settling into southern and southeast parts of the state going through the afternoon hours as you get deep into that warm sector of the system. But we need to watch areas across north central Indiana for these storms to initialize early to mid-afternoon. Here's the forecast radar by, this is actually 2 o'clock Eastern time. Scattered showers, some storms start to increase from just north of Indianapolis around Kokomo, Lafayette, Fort Wayne, South Bend, up towards Gary. And watch as we get towards that through the late afternoon and early evening, between about 2 and 5 p.m. We really start to see an expansion of storms here. And notice the area here. It's around Kokomo, Crawfordsville, Fort Wayne. And as I mentioned earlier, this is where we're kind of looking at the perhaps greatest potential for severe storms, kind of in this northern and northwest central part of the area along that warm front, where we will see a heightened potential for perhaps a few tornadoes as we get some supercells to develop initially. Those could also produce some very large hail. We just really need to watch these storms as they evolve mid to late afternoon on Sunday. And again, it's kind of that area that we're looking at right now for those storms to kind of initialize and where they could be most severe. And going through the evening, we see more of a line of storms develop, which will be quite severe, moving across the state Sunday night. Forecast radar at 8 o'clock. You've got storms all across central Indiana, moving further off to the south, going through the nighttime hours. And notice how they lose a little bit of their severity into southeast parts of the state. And they exit once we get towards, let's say, about 7, 8 o'clock Monday morning. The showers are starting to exit southeast parts of the state. We could pick up 1 to 2 inches of rainfall as the system moves through. And then briefly going into the next week, we do look to trend a little bit drier, much cooler though, overall near seasonal temperatures. Model data has trended a little bit drier going into next week. We'll have a few additional disturbances moving through and kind of this zonal flow. Right now, it looks like southern parts of the state, early to midweek. We'll have the risk for a few additional showers, southern parts of the area as we go into Tuesday and Wednesday. But right now, it's looking like a overall quieter week next week. So we just really need to get through Sunday and the Sunday night for those severe storms. We will update you continually throughout the weekend. Let us know if you have any questions. Have a great Friday, everyone.